Hello guys, how is it going? I'm just gonna pause this for a second and just address the elephant in the room, this baby. I'm having a wicked crazy breakout right now because I didn't do the greatest job of taking care of my skin while I was out west because I just didn't pack enough stuff. I forgot to wash my makeup off, which I don't think I've done in years. I always take my makeup off. Not that I was even wearing a lot of it, but I just can't do that. I can't leave my makeup on. My skin is too sensitive. I have to wash it off at the end of the night, and then I have to put like moisturizer on, and I have to make sure that I'm cleansing it properly because I will get spots or whatever. And yeah, so my skin has just been a little neglected lately. Been asked a bunch of times how I combat having extremely dry skin and having acne, and I am going to do a video purely based on my products that I have in my bathroom, skincare, all of that. I'm also going to do a video on what kind of skincare I would do to really hide all of this and really talk about it. I'm not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna talk about it too intensely today. When I put the makeup on, I'm not gonna try and cover it too aggressively. It's gonna be like a chatty get ready with me. This is really great. I'm so excited because it's so weird. I feel like I haven't been in front of the camera in like a little while. So I think this will be really good because I have so much to talk to you guys about. I have a huge update for everybody. I got a couple of new products. I have like a hair in my nose. So anywho, the first thing that I did was I put the Laneige Intensive Moisture Cream on my face. Once again, this is the intensive one. They do have a non-intensive one, but this shit is, it's like empty. I love this. I need to go and I need to buy more of it. That's just what I did for beforehand, and I let that kind of soak in. And then I just purchased this again. This is my second time purchasing it. This is, well actually, it would have been an unnecessary purchase, but I had the lid off and I smacked it and it fell onto the ground, and then like my dog started licking it up and I was like, oh my god. So yeah, so I had to buy another one, which I wasn't the most happy about, but nonetheless I bought a new one of these. What I really want to talk to you guys about, because like I said, this is an update on my life and what is going on. So if you haven't already, you should probably watch my previous life update, which is where I was talking about some new job opportunities and whatever, but I was talking about them very vaguely because I didn't want to jinx anything. I also didn't want to be inappropriate on the internet. The internet is not my entire life. I do work. I am like a normal person. This is a new product that I'm going to be trying out. It is the Lancôme. It is super dirty. I need to clean it because there is like this weird sticker on top of it that I hated and I ripped it off, but the whole thing was sticky. But this is the Lancôme Skin Feels Good. It is a skin tint with SPF 23 in it, and I have the shade 025W Beige. They don't have a huge range in this, but it's not super high coverage, so I feel like that's why they can kind of get away with it, but because it blends out really easily, but either way. So anyway, so for those of you that don't or haven't seen my previous video, one, I would recommend that you probably just pause this one and watch that one because it'll sort of just explain everything in further detail and where all of this nonsense is coming from. But basically, I have a background in chemistry. Oh, so for, I guess, other references, I live in Canada. I live really close to like Toronto, for those of you that have no idea. When I moved out west like 4 years ago, I started working at a distillery. God, my skin feels like beautiful right now. What? This might be my new favorite foundation. Holy moly. It just feels like healthy and hydrated and but still like has coverage, but like not too much coverage. This is great. This is my RMS Beauty Uncoverup in the shade, concealer, in the shade 22. So I did that job, whatever, moved back home, things happened, obviously. Anyway, so basically where we left off in my previous update video was that I had these potential job offers. So this company, they paid for me to fly out there and to do like a trial week of working with like the team to see if we all got along and everything like that, because that's important to them, which I think is rad. I love that they do that. I had already gone through 2 interviews previously to this. I'd done a phone interview and then a Skype interview, and then the 3rd interview was coming out there and whatever. And then so basically it was incredible. It was the most incredible time. I stayed with the master distiller in his home. His girlfriend was wonderful. They were just announcing like my second day there, my first first day there or something like that they were pregnant. I'm so thankful to how kind they were to me. This pimple is gonna take a little bit of effort to cover. So just so everybody is ready to watch me do this for a long time. So let's just try and live our best lives, shall we? I can now officially just tell you guys that it was in Banff. It was at Park Distillery. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's in Banff. Like, insert now photos and whatever of Banff to its entirety. It's like easily one of the most, if not the most, beautiful place in Canada. The Rocky Mountains, that's insane. I've always wanted to live up there, talk to anybody there. I could talk to tourists, I could talk to people who live there, and everybody was just in the best mood. It was rad. Like, I'm just very comfortable in those sorts of scenarios. Matt is not as comfortable. He's okay if I'm there with him and I've initiated things, but to start conversation with people randomly on his own is not his forte, I wouldn't say. By the end of it, I very strategically was placed with each member of the team that was currently there, which is a very small team. It's different because it's like, it's a restaurant and bar and everything in the front, and then there is a glass enclosure of the still. It's like explosion proof. It has explosion doors that will slam down if something were to happen. Like, it's very, very intense. And I guess my whole big news is that I was offered the job, which I am over the moon. I am so grateful. I am so humbled. I'm so excited by all of it. And Matt has been nothing but supportive. He didn't hesitate to support me when I told him that I applied to it when that wasn't part of our plan. The understanding before all of this was that he was not going to be coming with me right away. No, we were not going to break up or anything like that. Everything's fine. He was still like working, and he didn't know how easy it would be to find a job out there. He didn't know how anything would go that way. So the whole kind of thing was just like, I was going to go out there. I was gonna find a place, I was gonna take the dog with me, and he was pretty bummed out about all of it, but also like, no, this is what you gotta do. This is the dream. I can't keep you from living your dream. I really wanted to try some of the Nars blushes, so I got Luster, which is like a really, really nice, like kind of peachy gold kind of color. But then I also really wanted to try some of the liquid stuff that they have, because I do really like liquid products because my skin is so dry. So I got the Orgasm, but then when you bought this, it actually came with a mini of the Orgasm blush, so I get to like try, you know, it was like a free thing, so I get to try that one as well. And then on top of it, I also got this Benefit thing, just because I really wanted to try it. Probably been looking at this for like a year. So I finally got it. So it's this palette. It came with a little brush thingy that I'm never gonna use. But yeah, it has the Hoola bronzer, which I freaking love. Such a good bronzer, so that was a plus. And then it came with all of these other blushes and toppers and whatever, so I'm very pumped on all of that. I really want to try all of them. It's just that my skin is very, very dry right now and very unhappy with me. So I am gonna do the liquid one, and maybe we'll put a topper on, and we'll just kind of go from there. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my beauty blender and just plop it on. And it's pink. So Matt was concerned about finding a job out there and whatever, so yeah. So Park is owned by a company, and that company owns other businesses in Banff. They also have other owners and investors and whatever. So one of the gentlemen there that is a partial owner, he works very closely with a lot of tradespeople, and I was like, oh, well, that's really interesting. I should talk to him about if he knows anybody or would be able to help Matt with like finding a job once he decided to come out here or whatever, right? So basically, like, I got his contact info, I gave it to Matt, and I was just like, okay, well, this guy knows everybody out there. It's not gonna hurt to just shoot him a message and be like, hey, is there anybody, do you know anybody, or do you have like some contact information for any companies or anything like that out there that I could get into contact with? And he immediately responded, and he was like, yeah, here you go, here's like this person and whatever, which is so nice of him. Just lovely, like I said, lovely people doing lovely things for each other. I'm just gonna take my my Wowder from Glossier, and I'm just gonna put like a really light little covering of that onto my face. And so Matt was like, awesome. Okay, well, I'm just gonna shoot a message and my resume or whatever over to these people. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that Hoola bronzer. He sent it out, and I am not even joking, within 3 minutes tops of Matt sending the email with his resume attached, the owner of this HVAC company, because that's what Matt does, calls him, and they talk on the phone for, again, like maybe 5 minutes. Matt is one of those freaking dudes that is good at straight facing or lying or whatever for like 8 seconds, and then he kind of loses it. And so the little shit comes out of the room because he went into another room to like take the call and to talk to the person, and he's like, oh, it's not gonna work out and blah blah whatever, and I'm like, damn damn it, seriously? Oh man, I was so pumped up because like whatever. And he's like, no, I'm just joking. I got the job. And so we freaked out, we screamed a lot, we hugged a lot, we kissed a little bit. Now our whole thing is, where the hell are we gonna live? Because Banff is really complicated in the sense that it's a very small place. In order to live there, you have to prove that you work there, because they're not going to give housing to people who don't work there. One person moves out and then there's like 100 people waiting to move into that place. There's also Canmore. Canmore is a little bit bigger. It's more like a town kind of thing, and it's about 20 minutes away. The whole other crazy news was that we were freaking out about it also not being very dog friendly. Already hard enough to find housing there, and then on top of it, you're trying to find housing, and I'm gonna take this like Gold Rush. This is what this one's called? I don't know. It just like is speaking to me right now. Anyway, and then on top of it, most of the places, like 2% of the places are dog friendly, so it's just the worst. Anybody in my regular day life knows that my dog just got really sick and needed like emergency surgery, and I just spent $8,000 on him in May, and that there is no way that I am not taking my dog with me. Like, he is my child. He goes where I go. Don't try and mess with that, all right? He's a sweet angel and just like sleeping right now. Like, we both got jobs, so that was like the hard part. Now we just need to find a place to live that will allow us to have the dog. We heard back from this woman. It is in Canmore, so that is the only negative, because we were like, man, what if we have to live in Canmore but we don't really want to live there for a long time, but we have to sign a lease for a while or whatever, right? She has this 3-story house, which is insane. She would normally be renting it out for $2,400. Together we can afford that. It's fine, and it's worth it to have this big beautiful house where we can have people visit us, where there's nice room for the dog, like it's got a yard, it's backs onto a beautiful like hiking trail, and it's across the street from a park. It was just beautiful and so cool and everything. And the only thing is that it was in Canmore, so we were like, shit, like it's great and it's perfect in its own way, but it's also, it would be easier if we found something in Banff, right? So the whole thing was that the house is up for sale. So for the inconvenience of all of it, she was just like, I'm renting it out for $1,800 a month, which is insane. And we still get like 60 days notice for when that happens, so that's plenty of time. There's a fireplace in the bedroom for like, you know, sexy tiger rug. I did a really terrible job of covering up these zits, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna, that gives us time to look for a different place in actual Banff, but at least we know for sure that we have a place to live now. Also, side note, I got this bad boy, the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Look at all the crazy. I'm not gonna do anything too nutty. I'm just gonna do something like really cute and wearable and whatever, but nonetheless, I just wanted y'all to see it. Maybe I'll do something crazy at some point, but today is a super casual, just like chilling with you guys day. Yes, also I believe very strongly in making your pimples look like freckles, so cool. I swear to God, that boy went from full-blown neurotic to a little fucking kid on Christmas. I swear to God, like that boy was just like, oh my God, we're doing a thing. Wow, these shadows are so nice, so blendable, really nice pigment, not too overwhelming. Yeah, baby. This is the shade Still Shot. It just blended so easily. I just kind of kept going and blending because I was like, look how pretty it is. I'm just so excited to have this experience. Matt is safer than me. I don't know how to put that. He likes to feel safe. He likes to feel well thought out. He likes to feel like he's got a plan. He was terrified and was like, I can't do it. I can't move out there on a whim. I need to have a job. And I get that. That's what like smart people do. But then there's me, and I'm one of those people that's a little bit more like, yeah, we'll figure it out. I am obsessed with the Lancôme matte shakers. So I bought Energy and Peach, which is a little bit more peachy, which I don't know. And then I bought a red one as well. Hello. Are we moving? Are we moving? Alright guys, so that is it for the look, which is great because it's also it for all the talking that I did, which was a lot of talking at you guys, so I'm sorry about that. It's probably like a million years long. If you guys don't follow my Instagram page, I'm gonna post it right here, and you guys can follow me and you can follow our like trip, our journey. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you in Banff. Bye.